Let's talk about music now. And this is your spring concert.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Here we have Andrew Berger. He is the artistic director, and of course Diane Deacon. She's the president of this organization that gets people singing and whatever. So, and we have someone crawling in front of us, but that's okay. You okay? He's getting. I think your mic is the mic the problem? Whoops! Oh, there we go. We got to get the mic on her. But that's okay. So Andrew, let's start with you. Okay, you're the artistic director. Did you choose these pieces?
One of my great joys as a director of choruses and orchestras and anything is being able to program concerts like this. I truly love picking repertoire, not only the classics. You, of course, know Octavo Singers does Messiah every year.
Amazing.
And we also do really large and well-known and worthy pieces like Mendelssohn Elijah, like we did a few years ago.
Yeah, you just did that.
Verdi Requiem, which we just performed with the Schenectady Symphony right here at Proctor's last year.
I heard it was amazing.
And hand in hand with that goes something that is a sort of personal mission of mine, which is to program much lesser known works that deserve to be as well known as any of the more standard repertoire.
What makes a popular show? What makes one more popular? Is it easier to perform?
That is.
What is it?
That is a question we could debate, I think, all day and all night.
Okay. Well, let's see how much.
Yeah. A lot of it comes down to how successful a piece was when it premiered, and in classical music, that's could be several hundred years ago.
Yeah.
But these pieces both come from two composers that have a lot of well-known repertoire of their own. Of course, Brahms, we perform the Brahms Requiem frequently, and it is easily one of the top 5 pieces in choral symphonic repertoire.
And what is the name of it?
So this is the Schicksalslied, which, of course, German compound words, being as fun as they are, simply means song of destiny.
Okay.
And it is based on a Friedrich Hölderlin poem of the same name. And in true romantic, with a capital R fashion, it is a poem about the human condition and the nature of human existence and the conflict between one's longing for a kind of greater sublime purpose. Truly very German romantic subject matter, right?
Yes.
And so this is a piece that gets kind of eclipsed by the Requiem a lot of the time. In fact, it's considered his little Requiem because it was written immediately after that piece and has a lot of the same language, both in its sort of message and character, but also musically. Very similar music, really gorgeous romantic writing from
Was
Brahms.
it overcome because he did the first Requiem that was amazing, and then he does the second one, and it's not...
I think it's just that it's a little more of an obscure piece. It's only about 16 minutes long.
Okay.
And so when a lot of people program Brahms, they'll program a bigger piece, or something like, he has several song cycles and other music. And so this one can kind of fall through the cracks, but it's a really, really beautiful, beautiful piece. And so I've paired that with another sort of eclipsed work, as I say.
The Cloud Messenger, yeah.
So this is Gustav Holst's The Cloud Messenger. And for anybody who would recognize the name Holst, they would immediately recognize the planets. A very, very well-known orchestral piece, fabulous piece. And this, much like exploring Brahms' repertoire, is very similar, has a lot of the same romantic symphonic language as Holst's Planets Suite, but this is a full symphony cantata. It's a 50-minute work for chorus, orchestra, and alto soloist, and it is based on a classical about, I think, 4th century Sanskrit poem by the same name.
Oh my.
About a beautifully romantic story of love and longing and hope. It follows the point of view of a spirit, an angel, if we were to use sort of Western comparison, who's cast out of paradise and beckons a passing cloud to deliver a message of love and hope to his second self, or his wife, who is still in paradise.
Okay, now are these in German or?
So the Brahms is in German, and the Holst is in English.
Okay.
It is not in Sanskrit or any other language. As fun as that endeavor might be, it is taken from a number of translations, including some of Holst's own. And the imagery and the poetry is entirely retained. A beautiful, beautiful language, English, descriptions and poetic language about this beautiful narration of love.
Which brings me to the question: is if these poems are so, as you describe them, amazing. In the program, do you have the translations?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
So that
And
people
we'll have
can
all
say,
the lyrics
oh, this
in the
is
poem.
real, but
Yes.
not in German.
Yes. Well, we'll have the German and the English.
Right.
Oh, in there, okay.
And if I've done my job correctly as not only an artistic director and picking this music, which I think is well worth doing and well worth audiences hearing, but if I've done my job as a conductor and a teacher for our chorus, we will all be able to understand it.
Yeah, okay, good, yeah.
Yes.
And now, how involved are you, Diane, in working with Andrew here and picking this? Or is that a collaboration, or do you just let him do it because he knows what he's doing?
Well, to some extent, but really we rely on Andrew's expertise because he has the depth of knowledge.
Yeah.
To be able to pick something appropriate for us.
This
But,
sounds like an amazing concert.
It is. I mean, as an audience member, with both, but particularly with the Holst, it's the music also brings you on the journey, and the lyrics, the words are just. It's a beautiful poem. But you really feel the cloud on his way, the cloud dealing with thunder, and then the cloud descending to speak to the wife and the message that the cloud gives. It's
What a
very
beautiful,
much
what a beautiful.
I don't know, tone painting of the story.
Exactly.
Very-
Often in large choral works, well, even Messiah, for example, its language is very powerful. But when you consider the piece, it actually has very little narration. We don't sing, nobody sings as the character of Jesus, for example. Whereas in a piece like this, it's highly narrative. You really get the understanding that this is a poem that is not saying you have gone on this journey and here's what happened. It is coming from a point of view where you are the spirit describing to the cloud the journey they will go on. And they talk about the rain and the mountains and all of these sort of quasi hero's journey conflicts and distractions in some cases that you will overcome to finally arrive and deliver this message. And then by the time you get to the end of the piece, it's so satisfying because you've all kind of taken this journey together.
Yeah.
And so it's a truly powerfully narrative piece. You really get taken and captured by this story. And it ends with this message finally, kind of being delivered in future tense, but of hope and commitment. And it ends with the line, which is a reason why I've programmed it with this Brahms as a common theme, of comfort. Let this be a message of comfort as the messenger has comforted me. So it's really very powerful.
It sounds like you may have done this
program.
before. Have you done this before?
Well, it's a piece I've known about for a very long time, but have really kept in my pocket, really wanting to do it. So I'm very glad I finally get the chance.
So
to.
this is your first
Yes.
time doing it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And like I said before, we're really lucky as a community organization to not only do kind of the hits of choral music and have a community and an audience who will come year after year and
Appreciative.
see those pieces
Yes.
Yeah.
and hear those pieces, but on the same on the other hand, an audience and a community who will allow me to take the risk to do these other pieces and really appreciate and fall in love with them.
I think they appreciate what you've done in the past, so they're going to appreciate everything you
Yeah.
do in the future as well.
I do feel lucky for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you really do. You were very lucky to get this gentleman.
We were very lucky.
We were just talking, and I said, "Is it really like the end of my fourth season?"
years.
I know. I remember when you first, when you were first,
Yes.
when you were a newbie on the show.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Yeah. So where are they going to see this?
It's going to be at St. John the Evangelist
Perfect
Church, which is a
location.
treat in itself because it certainly takes you to another world,
Yeah.
all of its Gothic grandeur.
That was my church when I was growing up. Yeah,
Yeah,
I went
well-
to that school, St. John the Evangelist.
Yeah, well, Father Carlino was just wonderful to have us. And another important thing is there's plenty of parking in the back of the church,
Plenty of parking.
off of Eastern Avenue, just
Yeah,
at the back,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the
I
entrances
think
are in the back.
Is the entrance in the back? I thought it was in the front.
Well, there is an entrance in the front, which will be open, but the main entrances these days are from
Oh,
the back
okay,
because they're
okay.
right by the parking
Yeah.
lot.
Okay.
But every door will be open. Yeah. And of course, if people don't know, the pews are actually in the round. It's set up
Yeah,
like an
it's-
amphitheater.
Yeah.
So
It's a terrific place to perform, and we really enjoy being there.
yeah.
When we do concerts with the Schenectady Symphony, we're here at Proctor's, and we have sort of a rotating season with them where kind of every other year we'll do a great big piece like a Verdi Requiem. And the years that we are not there, we try to be at St. John's because it's just a fabulous place to perform.
Yeah, the three altars. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's just an amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and the balconies are up there. Yeah. It's
Yes.
Yep.
just an amazing.
Yes.
I mean, it's an amazing space. And how's the acoustics? I think the acoustics
It's
are good.
phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a ticketed event, obviously.
Yes,
so
it is.
They get
Yeah.
they buy a ticket there.
Yeah, regular price is $30, senior 65 plus are 25, and students with ID are 15.
Yeah. And do they get the tickets online, or can they get it at the door?
You can get tickets at the door, and tickets also are available online at www.octavosingers.org.
Good. Now this is your spring concert. You got what's
Mm-hmm.
coming up next?
So we take summer recess, although we do have
Practice, you gotta
a number of
practice.
summer sings
Yep.
to kind of preview the coming seasons. And I am happy to say that among our 2026-2027 season will be another phenomenal concert here at Proctor's with the Schenectady
With this
Symphony. Yes.
Saratoga Schenectady,
That's
they've
right.
changed the name
Yes.
of it a little bit. Yes, it's a wonderful orchestra too. I mean, it's and to have the vocalists along with
That's right.
it's amazing.
And
It's
I'm
so much fun.
You know, I'm really privileged because when we aren't performing with the full symphony here, a number of our orchestra members that we get for the rest of our season, including this one, are largely from that organization and other phenomenal community members that we really like to bring together to perform this music.
How
with.
long does it take you to we're almost out of time, but how long does it take you to prepare for this?
So our regular concerts, we give about 3 months of rehearsals to. We've
really?
been end of January is when we started preparing this music.
And do you find that most people are not familiar with the music when they start out?
A piece like this, no.
No, that's
you know, I'll
right.
ask, show of hands, who's sung this piece before? And you know,
Crickets.
the whole room will go up for Brahms, Verdi, Handel.
Yeah.
You know, but for a piece like this, no one, and that in itself is something of a joy.
Yeah, so they from the ground up they got
That's
it
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So is there anything else you'd like to add, Diane?
I don't think so. Just please come because it's going to be a beautiful show.
Yeah.
It
Now,
really
are you
is.
looking for new singers at all?
Always.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. We'll be asked. We'll be advertising for singers in the summer for our coming season.
That's right.
Definitely.
Anyone with, school or college experience singing, looking for a really active and very
This is a
friendly
vibrant
community
organization.
Yeah.
to join and sing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. And
yeah.
we take
Do
it
they
very
have to read
seriously.
music?
Absolutely.
Got to read music, guys. Sorry, that's it. That's the bottom line.
That is.
Exactly.
But
Yep.
it is truly a continuing educational experience,
Yeah.
and just as much as people enjoy getting on stage and performing, they enjoy learning the singing and the music and the repertoire.
I want to just acknowledge that I've learned so much about classical music from this gentleman right here.
Oh,
it's
yes.
like every time
So
you
we-
come, it's like I feel like a sponge. It's like, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
And I really appreciate your knowledge and that the fact that you're
Mm-hmm.
sharing that knowledge with us. It's the backstory
Yep.
that
Absolutely.
to me is so helpful to help
Yep.
me understand how music is written and why it's written, and thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
And
that.
Thanks
did I
for
say
having us.
April 26th
No, I don't
at St.
know.
John
Why
the
don't you say it?
Evangelist? April 26th, 3 o'clock, St. John
Okay.
the Evangelist.
And you can go to their website at octavosingers.org.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.